reporting for Ace Attorney. So I think we just have one more day left on this trial. It was kind of we'd figured out the side clock stuff on everybody, and now it's time for a little bit of selective dunking and getting whipped for no good reason, I think. Okay, I hate it when it does this. Please. There we go. Is this the one? Yeah, part 4-1. I wonder if they changed the backgrounds in the first 3 games. Because these look pretty much identical. Maybe they did in the original one. I don't know. Nick? Yeah? Do you live on Karma's daughter is only 18, just like me? Yeah, why? I'm just thinking about how strong she is. I wouldn't say strong, but okay. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time by herself, and she's so grown up. Is Franziska meant to be Japanese? Or, sorry, American? Yeah, and I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. And then you look at me, well, I'm daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. On top of that, I'm the suspect in a murder trial. For a second time, give yourself some credit. It's called girl bossing. I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all you've gone through. Good morning. 2 of you are doing well today. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. There you go. Hey, morning, Pearly. You'll be safe today, Miss Maya. What? What do you mean? My mother is coming today to show her support. Oh boy. Yeah, that's right, Pearly. Hey, Pearls. Yeah, Mr. Nick. You think you could do me a big favor? Could you channel Mia today too? Huh? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch. Please, it's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help. Just a Nick, that's enough. You can't show weakness in front of the person you love. Pearly, not at this again. Please, can you do it first, Pearls? Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it for Miss Maya's sake. See you later then. I'll leave you 2 to your time alone. Whew, thank goodness. This way Pearls won't be able to see today's trial. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. What do you mean? What's going on? Oh, yeah, he hasn't told her yet. Oh, that's gonna be rough. Okay. Yeah, so your aunt wants to, like, kill you. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world. I don't know about that one. All over the world, huh? Sounds like you made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix. Don't be foolish, you foolish. Fool wearing the foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I'm the prodigy who's never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor. 5 years ago. Oh, she became a prosecutor at 13. Right. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me. And I conduct my first trial in this country. Uh-huh. That's nice, Miss Von Karma. How does you're in such good spirits today, Miss Faye? It's true what they say. Women really are scary when they fight. Bloop. Alright, Phoenix. Now then, a very interesting theory was presented today, during yesterday's session. The defendant could have left the channeling chamber. Correct. Yes. And this key is proof of that. This key is the only key to the channeling chamber. It was not where it should have been. Your Honor, I'd like to say one thing before we begin. Alright, let's hear it. Prosecution is determined from the time of the murder of the rest. The defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. What? I guess it's better to try and make up something about that than to hold to the old position. But Miss Von Karma, how do you explain this picture? You're saying that this person is not the defendant? I never said that wasn't the defendant. What's the meaning of this? All I'm saying is that Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe that's why she dropped the key. Can you substantiate your claim? Isn't that what I'm here for? Prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Fey, to the stand. Just as I suspected, Aunt Morgan. Poor Mia. She really seems to be torn by this. Witness. Name and occupation. My name is Morgan Fey. I'm a spirit medium, in a manner of speaking. I'm sorry, but what do you mean, in a manner of speaking? I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct? I feel like that's pretty relevant to this case if you're going to accept spirit testimony. Yes, that's correct. I performed the spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya then. Spirit severing technique? A technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world. That is... Yes, that is... You! Be quiet! Now, witness. Something happened while you were performing the technique, correct? Yes, that is correct. That is... I'm trying to remember how I did her voice. Mystic Maya, she escaped from the room. Yo, Emily. How goes it? And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fey, in a possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber. Oh, that's some hair. I wonder if it's like reinforced by timber inside. It's going good, it's going good. We played some Bellotcha earlier. I won on a new deck, and then green deck kept kicking me in the schnoots, mostly because Jimbo wouldn't give me any good garbage. Repo, super fun. Yo! Glad you had fun. Not scary at all. Oh yeah, no. It's comical. Like, all the other, whatchamacallit-alikes. Oh god, what's the name? The thingy that started them, where you collect garbage on planets, and then a monster, eats your Junkle Bonkle. Lethal Company, yeah. Lethal Company likes. They're usually almost never, like, actually scary. I played that game, like, maybe a couple times. I need to eventually, I don't know, try more of those. I did play a couple with Kage, on the one where you pretend to be YouTubers, that was for free for a bit. I forget the name of it, but it's super limited. They didn't have much content. But I remember playing that on Kage's stream, and that was fun. I wonder if they'd be interested in doing Valheim. That last time we tried was not very great. We got stuck out on a raft in the middle of nowhere. And there was no wind. Anyways. Maybe I could bully Rosie into playing with me when the Valheim update finally hits for the final thing. Content warning, yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Miss Fey, please testify to the court what happened during that time. Your Honor, I'll try my best. I think someone just upped the ante on this trial. Yes, his name is Jimbo, and why is my phone yonkling? Who's texting me? Google? I don't care. Whatever. Killer egg power. $35 egg saves my run. Okay, thank you. Thanks, YouTube. You should be funny as hell to watch. I can't remember if... I think Rosie said she'd already played that game before too, so we'll at least both have experience. I haven't done the Firelands or Ashlands or whatever yet. I decided to consciously stop because I'd played more than enough at that point and got jonkled more than enough. So it's like, I'll save the last 2 years for when the final update hits and just start a new playthrough. After we heard gunshots, those two broke through the door, opened and entered the chamber. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. The pistol was hanging from Mr. Maya's hand. She was in a daze. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. Oh, sure, sure. Great strength, she hit the base of my neck and I fainted for a short while. And why didn't you say this before? Witness? Am I going to have to, like, throw you out the window? I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Oh, you better smack that desk. I feel like as the games go on, Phoenix should have like a slowly increasing intimidation score from smacking the desk. Why have you hidden this until now? Oh hell yeah, 20k. Go, 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 go. Gimba, Gimba, Gimba. I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise. That's right. She's simply correcting falsity. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Why is she making a point to stab at me? Never mind. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Wanda is a very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony. I don't know about that one. Oh, I just realized she's the first person who has gray in her eyes that is a guilty party. Dang it. Okay. The pattern didn't hold. Just now, you said those two. Who are the two people you're referring to? Bring to that foreign lady and yourself, good sir. Lotta's not a foreigner, despite how she talks. A little casual racism. Oh, is that so? I'm sorry, I simply could not understand her atrocious English. Not to mention she looked awful. I see people in the Heartland gearing up for a riot. In any case, I've already sent the repair bill to your office, Mr. Wright. Oh, thanks. What did you do after that, Miss Fair? Was it really necessary to have two people do something so simple as call the police? If there's a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind. Yes, that is a very good point. At that time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another... Another what, madam? Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself. There's another reason you wanted both of us out of that room, wasn't there? You must testify. Why'd you chase us out? Simply did not wish for there to be more victims. Yeah, right, buddy. Lives of both a good sir and the camera woman may be in danger. That's what I thought to myself. Yeah, okay, buddy. Well, that was very noble of you, Miss Faye. Now, people have a good impression of her and a bad one of us. Actually, got us napping. That's my aunt for you. Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? Miss Faye, please continue. During your investigation, you stated you struck the defendant on the head. The strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by the statement? I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie. But why would you lie about something like that? It's very painful for me to say this, however. Objection! The witness is lying to cover for the defendant. Who's covering for Meyer? So you were covering for the defendant? Well then, yes, it was only later I was informed of what had occurred. But that renegade Mystic Maya did something very unexpected. Something unexpected? What, pray tell, did she? The witness didn't and could have seen what had happened. You want to know what this unexpected thing was? There's always a later. Very well. Does it suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach? Now then, witness, could you see what happened? You're just making rock soup in your stomach, don't worry about it. Was it really that easy for her to escape from you? I'm ashamed to admit that such a thing, however, yes. You are physically larger and stronger than the defendant. No way I guess she could have escaped you so easily. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What about this picture? Remember that time the defendant was not physically Maya Fey? Basically, Mystic Maya's body is that of the nurse she'd call. If she had run away, wouldn't you have given up the chase right away? Well, yes, I would have, however. Great strength, she hit the base of my neck and I fainted. Okay, if she ran away, how did she then hit your thing? Alright. I wish I could point that out, but they're not gonna let me. You fainted? I became dizzy and collapsed to the floor. How long were you unconscious? I'm not sure. About 10 minutes, perhaps. The defendant almost certainly went somewhere during that time. Happy? Witness elaborate on that point for us. And is that because you were unconscious? Why, Yes. Now what? Saw you unconscious. You have absolutely no idea where the defendant went. I would think that's obviously good, sir. That's true. Then how can you know for sure the defendant left the channeling chamber at all? When you mention it, I have to wonder myself. It's true, this witness is not able to confirm this. The key here is this witness. Ah. I mean, she has another witness up her sleeve. Let me guess, any mini. Like Miss Von Karma is ready to move on to our next witness. That's enough. What I can tell, there's nothing wrong. From that, we can establish what's happened in Maya's. Okay. Hope this isn't going to come back to bite us in the butt. Let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber? It's exactly what we should be. Be quiet, you. Now then, Escapee had done, was she had gone to speak with a certain person. You went to speak with someone? Who was it? Prosecution called Miss Eeny Minnie, who was sleeping in the side room. I think you can see where this is headed. Yeah. The conspirators try to back up each other's statements, essentially. Witness, name, and occupation. Okay, so my name is like Eeny Minnie. I'm like, I hate that she does this because I do this. I hate it. I'm in this photo and I hate it. I'm like researching like parapsychology stuff at the university. What is this parapsychology? Let's see. It's like, I guess, let's people call it occult stuff? Look, okay, one of these days I'm gonna have accurate enough hand tracking where you're gonna see me do this. Just like in the middle of trying to figure something out. And it's not, okay, I need to prep people for this. If it's not what people call it, I can't say I understand what that means. But I suggest you go home and research it yourself. Yes, sir. Well then, Miss Minnie. After the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Miss Maya Fey. Is this correct? Like, I guess? If that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. This is alright, isn't it, Your Honor? Yes, sir. Of all things, Your Honor, have some spine for my sake. Like, when the channeling started, I was like sleeping in the side room. Like, a little later, someone came in the room, like, really suddenly. Making the kissing, like the fish kissy lips. I was like, oh my god, it's totally my sister. I like hadn't seen her in like so long. I was so happy, like in a sad way. My sister, she like told me something that like totally terrible. Now hold your horses, young lady. Saying the person that entered was your sister? Did you mean the defendant, Maya Fey? Really now, Your Honor. Maya Fey was still in the middle of the channeling at the time. Are you saying that the spirit was the spirit of your witness's sister? Yes. Maybe Minnie, who was the nurse at Dr. Gray's. Well, this is... witness? Like, yeah? In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it. Like, do I totally, like, really have to? Of course. Miss Minnie, please. My sister, like, this is what she said to me. It was no accident. I was drugged and sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took, oh yeah, my revenge. This is the thing from the very beginning of the trial. Totally fair, isn't it, Amy? She took her revenge. Are you sure that's what she said? Yes. There, are you satisfied, Your Honor? No. I still can't believe it. I can't believe that spirit would go so far as to use a medium to get revenge. But hard to swallow. However, all the evidence and testimony points to this is true. Okay, so everything you're saying theoretically would mean that Maya would be, if we accept all of this as true, all of this trial would be moot anyways, because Maya would theoretically be falsely imprisoned and forced to do these acts against her will. In fact, she didn't even have a will at the time, theoretically. If we were accepting this, and all of this would be pointless, and you would just be proving her innocence. What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for. The testimony, is it all made up? One huge lie? Yes. Of course it was. Yeah, what do you mean? Well constructed, but that's all it is. Even the most well-spun lies can be undone. We can do it, Phoenix. Let's find that one loose thread and wind this tapestry of lies. Your Honor, there's room for doubt. The defense will cross-examine. We use our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this murder. Yet again, the foolishly fool spouts out more foolishly drub. Shut up! I need that, like, shut up sound clip. Hold on. Where is this? Is it this one?
Shut up!
No, not this one.
Shut up!
Nope, wrong one. Where is it?
Shut up!
Dang it! I can't find anywheres. There's one that's like very particular. It's like, shut up!
Shut up!
Dang it. Okay, I can't find it. Oh well. Such is life. So your standing wins the case. Spelled by combat. Very Ishgardian. Like, when the trailing started, I was like sleeping in the side room. Is that because of your sesame allergy, was it? Okay. Like, that's right. I think there were like sesame seeds like in the lunch they served that day. I had this like premonition that it was totally gonna be a seedy day. Judge, permission to kill her for that one. Yes, indeed. I see. I'm the one who missed the boat here. Anyway, so you were taking a nap. Something happened. I'm surprised Von Karma didn't like whip her for that one. Do you know the time? Like maybe a little before 11 a.m.? Something like that, I think. Incorrect. Only CD days or Sundays. Center the select chamber. 11 a.m.? Yeah, like, my stomach is, like, totally ready for, like, food. No, I think you misunderstood me. I was going to ask about the time is now. I meant, what time is it when someone came in your room? Oh, so, like, that's what you meant. You should have been more, like, clear about it. Sorry, my bad. No, it's okay. Like, it's really... That's it? Why'd you stop mid-sentence? Did I? So, like, what was I talking about? I'm in this picture and I don't like it. I'm in this picture and I don't like it. I'm in this picture and I don't like it. So, like, what was I talking about again? Never mind. Witness. About this person who entered the side room. Are you absolutely sure? Yes? Guess, was it or was it not your sister? Like, I don't know. I mean, like, I totally don't know your sister at all, Mr. Smith. First off, my name is not Mr. Smith. Second, I'm an only child. Dang. University Phoenix Wright's parents. I wonder what they're up to. More than that, she managed to mess up the question with her answer. The defense rests. That was a colossal waste of her time. A girl needs a swirly immediately. You were happy in a sad way? Yeah, like, I mean, like, it was my sister. Would most people react with surprise seeing a dead loved one again? But like, maybe if I was, like, someone didn't know about, like, the occult. But I, like, know all about the Korean channeling technique. The point here is the witness immediately recognized it was her sister. So why didn't you request to be at this channeling if the doctor was also there? Like, what she said. And, like, why did you introduce him? There's all sorts of, like, motives here that, like, no one is questioning that I want to, like, as Phoenix, start, like, blowing out this nerd's kneecaps with. But they won't let me. Phoenix wants to be hardcore, but the judge won't let him. So, you really didn't think anything strange of this whole encounter? No, like, there wasn't any reason for me to, like, think anything was strange. When does he bring out the Glock? God, he needs one. Give Phoenix the Glock. 2026. Keep badgering her. You know the phrase objection? Could you try using that once in a while? Mr. Wright, question whether the witness felt when she saw her sister. Is that really important? It's very important. Well, I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. I don't bluff for now. I think we already know the twist. I'm 99% sure that she's actually Beamy, and the sister who actually died is Innie, and that the picture in her pocket really fucked her up because essentially it was her sister's face that she got, and now she wakes up every day seeing her sister instead of herself. Her dead sister. Alright, Mr. Wright. Miss Beanie, please amend your testimony. Like, okay, I'm like totally cool with that. I wasn't like scared, and her costume looked like totally normal. Wait, what? There was nothing odd at all about your sister's appearance. Like, yeah, nothing was like weird. Yeah, that's impossible, yeah. There's blood all over it. Like, what? ¿Qué pasa?
Objection!
That was a very well spun line, Miss Innie. What are you babbling about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. My life's still are we, Phoenix? Hey, you're dead. Okay. Miss Minnie, it reminded you of what you said. You said that there was nothing strange about my sister's appearance. But, like, yeah, and? I don't think that's what you're thinking about at all. Take a look at this picture. She had a gun, and it was covered in blood. No, that's normal for my sister. I think even you would be surprised if someone appeared before you like this. Let's pray. How did you not think about that when you heard that story? Why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? You're really testifying and not lying. You would have noted it right off the bat. I guess I'll just walk around covered in blood? Must just be me. Nah, I love the movie Queen of the Damned, so like, I just walk around in blood all the time. Order, order! Miss Minnie, what's the meaning of this? Miss Minnie? I'm thinking! Don't interrupt me! That... What are you stammering about, Your Honor? She really is like a small child not getting her way. Like, every prosecutor feels that way. Look, do you get served fast because since the lines are empty? So true. But yes, personality did a complete 180 there. Some people do that when they get in the stand, though. First of all, calm yourself, witness. Like, I'm sorry. I, like, didn't mean to snap. I, you know, I was just gonna, like, take my keys and key his car afterwards. I hate the prosecutors so much, it's unreal. Edgeworth is, like, the only kind of good one, and even then he gets kind of upsetty spaghetti. A little too easily. They all feel like they've all been coddled by the justice system this whole time. And given so many free wins that when anything goes wrong, they're just like, they go into tantrum mode. And then, I feel like the only one I've seen bits of that it's not going to be that way is Mr. Mask Coffee Man Godot. I'll hurry up with the testimony, if you please. The judge still looks a little shaken up. A lot of help he's going to be. Like, the side room is, like, kind of dark, you know? So, like, the costume is, like, purple, right? The blood totally blended right in. Annie? Are you stupid? And, like, we said to my sister that it, like, wasn't right to do something like that. And then, like, I took my sister to the channeling chamber. Sure, buddy. Yes, now I see. You've given us a clear reason for why you didn't notice the blood. Okay, by the time you would have been in broad daylight taking her there. And that's why we call it broad daylight, because, you know, the woman, the sun is a woman, and we appreciate women. Anyways, you think? Like, thanks, Gramps. Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? Alright, I guess not. Very well, you may question the witness. Really? Because I thought it was pretty bright inside that room. Don't push your subjective opinions on this court. Can we just show them a photo? It's a lot of light in there. There's lots of natural light. Like, that's right. Excuse me, but how's I seen anyone more subjective than Miss Minnie's? You're such a hopeless cause, but witness, you may feel free to ignore this trite little man. Like, okay. Ugh, can't breathe, let me out of here. So, like, the costume is, like, purple, right? You didn't see the blood? Like, yeah. But she must have had a gun with her the whole time as well. That's, You gonna tell me next you didn't notice the gun either? I, like, totally didn't. I was looking at was, like, her face. Yeah, totally, dude. Continue. Really? Like, persuaded my sister, was it right to do something like that? What was your sister, Miss Mimi, like, at the time? Well, she was, like, totally flipped out because she just shot Dr. Gray. But I think she, like, knew she, like, did something really bad. And, like, she said she wanted to go to, like, apologize. Did Mimi Spirit really say all that to you? Like, yeah. Was your sister calm by that time? Like, I guess so. I guess maybe, like, taking her revenge on Dr. Gray, like, made her feel a lot better. I'd like to feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The sooner the better. She does that with her whip at the ready. I need, like, one sprite of Phoenix, like, catching the whip and yanking it away. And then she can't use it for, like, the rest of the scene. That's, like, straight out of, like, an action film, but still. Just, like, power moving after he makes, like, a decisive argument or whatever. And, like, Miss Morgan was, like, the only channeling chamber, you know? Can I ask you one more thing, Annie Minnie? Like, sure. Is there anything you found strange, unusual, just out of place? Something out of place? Like, what do you mean? When you were going to the crime scene, like, come on. Not when you were going to the crime, channeling chamber, yeah, because that was my first thought. No, nothing strange. Carter, I know you can remember something. I, like, totally can't. Not good enough. I think that's right. That whether or not there was something odd in the way of channeling chamber, very important. Because it is very important. I thought I know where I'm going with this. I don't get why, but, like, okay. Yeah, because, Pearls would have been there. I don't remember that time. Like, I remember. Till you didn't see anyone. No, it isn't. Alright, let me, present. It's either her or Pearls. I finally found the faults, or I guess in your case, the crack in your perfect lie. Take a look at this urn. Like, urn? There are cracks. Do you see them? So? Like, what does that prove? Objection! Who cares about some worn out old urn? Like, yeah. I already, like, said I didn't see anyone. I didn't, like, say anything about that at an urn, did I? Looks like you still don't understand. She probably is carrying drugs, too. As a bonus. I suppose that if you'd really been walking along the winding way at that time, there was no way you could have not seen this person. I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay. Yes? How is this child relevant? I just wanted to show you the photos. She's an adorable child. Don't all the people like that? That wins me some points, right? Just so happens at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the center garden. It just happened, she just happened to break this urn. Wait, she broke the urn? Oh god, Auntie's in the crowd too. Yep, accidentally knocked it over with her ball. Rawr! What is this noise? This feels like somebody says to you on AIM in 2007. Oh god, I just realized that's also the Australian thing. The NAR thing. What if Australian speech was actually just AIM speech from 2007, invented early? And Pearl was the one who put it back together, while sitting right in the middle of the winding way. That's a great sprite. Truly ahead of the curve. You could have even invented Rara XD if you tried hard enough. But alas, there was too many Fosters being consumed. Too many sick waves to catch. Pearl was there at the winding way at the time. She was hard at work putting the piece of the urn back together, you see. You couldn't see that while you're walking. I'd have declared you legally blind. Grrr. That's just how you recounted the tales of animal attacks over the campfire. I think I've sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Minnie. You are a masterful liar. Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say. One who needs to watch what he's saying is the witness. So, Miss Minnie, tell us the truth. About what? But we really were at the time of the murder, of course. Objection! Witness just testified. That's like right. I was like sleeping in the side room. Can you believe her? Was she really sleeping? No way. The lies I can hear. Witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. Yeah, she's crashing out right now. Usually when you push a witness hard enough who's either the murderer or related to the murderer or whatever the crime was, they usually crash out pretty hard. I say that's not possible because there's clearly a contradiction here. Where's the contradiction? Help me, Mia. So it's in her testimony as well. We could go with the basket since they moved it. Earlier in her testimony, Miss Minnie made the following statement, yeah. And like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? It's true that at the time, both myself and Miss Hart were not there. Not about the police. So, like, what does that, like, have to do with anything? It's very simple. Miss Minnie, how'd you know the facts? How? I see that Miss Fay was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Minnie, you did in fact go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by the way of the winding way. Look at the Manorgad map. If one were to go to the side room in the channeling chamber, one would have to use the winding way. That's right, Your Honor, which is why I asked this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Please answer the question. Don't ask a question off a basis assumption, if you please. I suppose since you're put on the table, Mr. Wright, you might as well answer the question for us. Where's the witness at the time of the murder? That's your chance, Phoenix. The person who could have killed Dr. Gray was Mini. Now's the time to prove it. Mia watching me save. To your answer. And this one, the murder took place in the channeling chamber.
Take that!
But that's the channeling chamber. Isn't that the crime scene? That's right. Miss Minnie was at the scene of the crime. Order. That's Mr. Phoenix Wright. Have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established only the victim and the defendant were the channeling chamber and the channeling started. That's correct. Please explain yourself. Simple. Miss Minnie was hiding at the scene of the crime. I was hiding? Where? Like, where was I hiding?
Take that!
Here, of course. In the folding screen? If you say this again, recall yesterday's testimony. Yes, but she was in a little box. Don't worry about it. There ain't no way anyone hanging out behind that folding screen. See, you stupid jerk. Being so quick to pin the blame on me, slime ball. Now, Miss Minnie, once so young as you shouldn't be saying, shut up, Gramps, as if you know exactly how old I am. Another indication that this is not, in fact, any. I'm sorry. That pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along. Alright, she's practicing for the Lakers right now.
Take that!
Miss Minnie, how were you able to hide yourself at the scene? The simple crime is very simple. You were hiding inside of this box. That tiny little box. No one could, like, fit in that. Sorry, but your theory already has been disproved. A lot of disproved you when you're just hiding from me and him.
Objection!
That clothing box is in the side room, right? And so it was nothing to do with the murder at all. It wasn't beforehand, but it was afterwards. Check and mate, nerd. Okay. That's like, right. I was sleeping there, so I should know. Clothing box is in the side room the whole time. Mr. Wright, you think you can prove that the clothing box was the crime? I gave you some evidence. Can I proceed the piece of evidence? See the crime when the murder took place.
Take that!
Take a look at this clothing box. You're so stupid, as if there's any sort of evidence in that old thing. Frita, ¿estamos quedándonos? ¿Cómo estás? What on earth? Any time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and say it already. It's a hole. About 8 inches off the ground. Hole about 8 inches off the ground. I've never heard that before. God, being able to like shove it in people's faces is so satisfying. This must be why people become lawyers. Other than the insane paycheck. I woke up after sleeping or stuffing thanks to nightmare. Oh, sorry. Got work in an hour and 20. Okay, hopefully it's not too bad. We get some better sleep later tonight. Holding screen had a hole in the same height. Right. Hope this has opened your eyes to what happened. I was shooting the clothing box was behind the folding screen. Well, the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen and then into the box. Spinny, you were hiding behind that folding screen, waiting for your chance. Your chance to kill Dr. Gray. Told me there was someone with it in the courtroom. Yes, that is Francisca. I think Merc and I are the only ones who don't like her. Everyone else is like, yes, please. And Mr. Phoenix Wright, what about this picture? Okay, I just looked out the window and realized it's still bright out. I only looked out because someone's, I think, smoking meat in the woods. I mean, I could be that lecture. All right, buddy. We're so masochist, like Francisco. I see. Mr. Friedrichs, what about this picture? Saying this person, this photo was Amy Minnie? Exactly what I'm saying. You were the one hiding inside this clothing box all along. You wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey. I know nothing of her other than she has a whip. I see. She's German. So I thought that would be a point against her for you. And she's also a huge dorkwad. Her match tech from VC4 can belong in the same garbage can. To masquerade as Maya Fey. She planned it from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client. No! Stop! I can't stand to listen to any more of this foolishness. I can't believe they just hand out whips to whoever. That's the case, Mr. Phoenix, right? But I have a proposition. The whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box at the crime scene, pretend to be the defendant, kill the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do it all by herself. Correct, it's not possible. It really is impossible for one person to do all the preparations, that is. Ow! Let me remind you, the foolish receive no mercy. Miss Von Karma, you said it was impossible for one person, correct? You can't be serious. Miss Minnie, you had an accomplice. Person. If it wasn't someone from Crane Village, you couldn't have gotten the costume. If it wasn't someone from the Fae House, well, you wouldn't have had the box to use. This one, Karma, this is assault. I'm dragging your ass to court next. They won't let you do it. The judge rolls over for anything the prosecution wants, most of the time. They have to be like super duper triple wrong. Frickin' Faye. Is this the wonderful lady witness we had earlier? You have to say this, Miss Minnie. You shot Dr. Gray with your own two hands. Do you deny it? Come on, let's see that crash out. I want like a Von Karma style crash out. I think this is what really happened. The murderer planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. Just has to be actively being choked out before anything fault to the prosecution, more or less. And then the channeling started. The murderer crept silently towards the other two, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. Then, she stabbed Dr. Gray with a knife. Dang, very, dexter of her. Next, she hid the client inside the clothing box. Did that so she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime. But that's when something unexpected happened. He survived and shot. Yes. Cooper was actually not dead. The last of his strength, he fired a shot at the attacker. The hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground, so it almost had her leg, but she got lucky. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray and bang. You should have just kept holding that finger on the trigger, buddy. Should have gotten that Glock with the automatic fire. After that, you and the other lady had thought to break into the room? Yes. Gunshot was suddenly something you wouldn't expect to hear. So upon hearing the shots, we first away into the channeling chamber. Miss Minnie, she suddenly covered her own costume with blood. Pretended to be Maya Fey. What of deception would have been easy to see through. Which is precisely why Miss Morgan Fey chased us out. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Hurry, further more victims. Yeah, that's why she panicked. She wasn't lying about panicking. What is one supposed to say? It's the real truth behind the murder. Alright, what's your final desperate defense? There's no way they're letting us get away with this. Huh. Okay, never mind, I guess they are. Laughing at a time like this. Oh, you simple-minded fools. Are you still, by chance, evolving? Last separate defense. Your Honor, the gunshot itself. Was it this time? Von Karma, surely. Of course it was me. You really think someone of Von Karma blood would lose due to something this petty? I don't know, I kind of whipped your dad. I can whip you too. Your argument is flawed in one very crucial area. And that is... the witness is the real murderer. Why would she go through all the trouble? Working together with a beanie, pretending to be one, putting on this whole act. Why should you have to do such a foolish thing? Are you serious? Did you not do any background checks on... Alright, whatever. I'm gonna dunk on this nerd so hard. Come on, Phoenix, you know this. Yeah, that's right. Exactly what was I gonna say? Oh, she goes in the maxtic garbage with Escamark. Oh, and one more thing. Why would Miss Itty Minnie want to kill Dr. Gray? Where's her motive? Yeah, exactly what I want to say too. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive. I feel like she belongs in Vampire the Masquerade. She has that kind of like feeling. Like a perfect Callie, like girl who's also a dickhead. So she fits right in. Hunter, they ought to make it loose for not checking the files. That shit was on the the brief, yeah. That's, can't say she has no motive here. I have to think of motive now. The reason you want Dr. Grid dead is this. It should be this, but we might need to establish this first and then give them the twist of actually, no, you are Mimi. Just as I thought, you bore me. I did this revenge for my sister's death. Because through the accident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Don't be stupid. Bonus proof that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? You want to say I want to take revenge based on nothing? What do you mean by that? See now, stupid Gramps. I'm like, gonna explain, so like, please listen, okay? It's been like over a year since it discharged. If I like wanted revenge, I wouldn't have waited this long. Revenge is a dish that's best served cold, nerd, okay? Besides, like, the guy that thought the spirit of the thing was like Dr. Gray. It's like a total coincidence he asked me about it. Just back to her Aggred persona. However, you see. Ouch! Heck, Mr. Phoenix, right? Failed to support your own theory. Bullshit. The end. We have our answer. Which mind is overcomplicated and choose a motive. Is there a miswork and failure to cooperate? Don't even have any truly decisive evidence. What happened? Thought I had it for sure. Hope you like your slice of humble pie. Wait, hold on. Your Honor, please let the defense one more minute. Alright, can't lose here. Have faith in yourself. This is a ridiculously messed up plan for murder. How was the girl trained? Okay, I think I had to go through this so I could do the next part. Listen, everything happens for a reason. There's a reason why she had to kill Dr. Gray. There's also the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion. Time's up, Mr. Wright. Any in this world, it's the worst defense ever. Just come and saying in pretty much every language about wanting to take your revenge, yeah. Final answer, please. Notice how you can prove Miss Minnie had a motive, then why'd she kill the victim? Not totally confident here, but no one's pressed no matter what. Only you can do this now. I was shown to substantiate the fact that Miss Minnie had a motive. Huh, too bad, you're too late. Cross-examination's already ended. Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? You're supposed to be on my side! Avant Karma only cares about the perfect win. As long as you have the will to fight, I'll knock you down. I don't care if you are my witness, so help me, I'll throw you out of my way. No way. The court will take a 5-minute recess. Hey, wait a second, loser. Oh, okay. Me making cat meow noises out in the courtroom. Waiting area. Francisca in the other corner going, this is who I'm losing to? Karma belongs in the construction waste container right next to my commie block. I see. Why, Judge? Is it really true about my aunt? Right, so Maya. There's no way Annie could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. And under circumstances, there's no one other than your aunt, Morgan. That's terrible, but I had my aunt. Everything's going just as I predicted, Mr. Phoenix, right? Listen, Karma, what are you doing here? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? It got nothing to do with what happened to your dad. You have something you better be worrying about. Say, your own situation. I mean, down on me, even though we're the same age. Are you done yet? You caused me enough pain and suffering. Not yet. I'll defeat you and let the whole world know. But even if you do that, I won't bring back your father. Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion. I don't know who the real winner is. Whenever she turns the side of her head, she looks more like she's like 35 rather than 18. Okay, I don't really think we needed that aside for... Alright, whatever. Yes, Your Honor? You promised that me had a motive. Yes, I believe I can. I'm gonna kick her off a pier into the water. I need to revenge my corrupt dad because he ruined his perfect record. It's like trying to get revenge on someone for having a perfect, ruining their perfect attendance record by the fact that they jumped into cold water next to all the 6 kids who had the flu. Alright, buddy. Sure, you do you. Hey, Dana. Thanks, Sushi. Thanks, Sushi. Sushi. Hydrate. Revenge my dad. He ruined his reputation of having a perfect record in the gambling parlor. My dad would have come back from getting milk at the convenience store if it wasn't for you. This is the car accident once a year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be here. Player, the real winner every time. So true, so true. Spinny, please testify this court about your car accident last year. Huh? Thought you wanted to ask about, like, my motive. Like, don't see the point in, like, bringing up the past. They're finally getting here. Okay. I was wondering when the game would let me do this. Okay, like, I don't think it'll do any good, but... My daddy never loved me because of you, Phoenix. Actually, that's Edgeworth? Not my fault. Your dad had hang-ups for Edgeworth's dad. It was kind of a... I think they had, like, a toxic, like, yaoi relationship. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Ready for new monster in Wilds? There is? Who's the new monster? That was, like, last year in May. Long needs a tongling. Okay. I feel like you could shorten that to long to dong. Like, something really bad had happened at, like, my sister's clinic around then? And, like, the night of the accident, my sister was really tired while she was driving. I completely forgot about like, the typical Valley Girl accent is you need to have the inflection at the end of the sentence. Even when it's not, like, a question. Because, it's sort of like it's just some weird, like, verbal tick they all pick up on. This next we get a Tuttle 2, which brings a new monster for us. Oh, cool, cool. I'll be excited to try it out. Kuror, please, no. It's too late, I remembered. My older sibling, there was a military base, I guess, near Orange County, and picked up on just the slightest little bit of it when they were a small child. I think they were living there until they were about 5. And I never lived in that particular area. I never lived in Cali, but they did, and they could remember it just enough. And I knew some Cali kids who I went to school with in various places. I was spared the Valley accent barely. I had a slight chance to end up in Chicago. All right. Midwestern Mimi could have been real. All right. You better be glad. You better be so glad. I could have ended up, oh, don't you know? And ended up in, like, Minnesota eventually. Alternate timeline in which Madua speaks with the Valley accent. Look, I'm dangerously close some days, as it is. I don't need this. Well, Minnesota sound like. I do know how Minnesota sound like.
Take him to Detroit.
Just say that, oh, take him to Detroit.
No, not Detroit. No.
I don't think I would have ended up in Detroit.
Anything with that.
Me. It's me. Me. I can't believe I died in the accident. It was me. Chat, you have to let me go. New Jersey? No. There was a slight chance, actually, at one point. But I avoided that fate as well. New Jersey has the New Jersey smell, which they blame on New York, and New York blames on Jersey, if you're from that area. But I could have ended up in the giant Sopranos chemical plant strip. That's mostly Eastern Jersey near 95. Southern Jersey is pretty rural, actually, surprisingly, despite being near Philly. And central Jersey is mostly, and northern Jersey is mostly just suburbs and industrial plants. Expensive New York suburbs and inexpensive rundown places near like Newark. Only accents it states I know: Joyzy, Yoik, Valley, and Stereotypical Southern. You've never heard the Boston one? You've never heard like the Minnesota? Minnesota is basically, imagine a bunch of Norwegians who got transplanted to America. So they have that lilt of, oh yeah, sure. There's that one. It also goes into, oh yo, thank you so much for the 40 bits. Thank you. Wait, I don't think it went through though. What the heck? Or did it? I can't tell. It doesn't show for me. But thank you. If it didn't go through, I will try and refund. All I want to know is to go back to Jersey so I can get Taylor Cam. The only reason I didn't go back to Jersey is 5 minutes of silence later. I don't know. At that point, I would just go to New York. I spent a lot of time in New York City as a kid. I had to, I took the train in from out in the countryside. And that was just what kids did. Summertime, nothing to do. Get your parents to drive you in 30 minutes to the train station, 30 or 45 minutes. Take the train like an hour and a half or so into the city and spend the whole day there and then go back home. Pacific can get erased. But what about Tony? Tone, you hear what they're saying about on the meme stream? Toysy can get erased. Tone. But there's also, when people say Southern American accent, I don't know how to tell you, but like that's like saying, oh yes, they have an English accent, great, or like they have a Spanish accent, so true. That could mean friggin' anything. Anything from Southern Military English, which is the one they always put on like movies, and is crazy fake, to like Tennessee, Delta, to New Orleans, like Cajun and so on. It could be Tidewater. I learned a little bit of Tidewater when I was a kid. So I said stereotypical Southern. Stereotypical Southern is either Tidewater for antebellum, and then usually it's like the Brooktown Hick, like Deep South accent for afterwards. To the point where any character that's poor in a movie suddenly gets a Southern accent, which is dumb as hell, but sure. I was like totally pooped too, so I like fell asleep in the passenger seat. Then I ran them over with my 2003 Honda Civic. Unfortunately, like unlike the other times I did this, they had a bigger engine block. I like woke up because of a jolt and it was like a sea of flames around me. I like opened the door and like got away. I think I've heard of this accent. It's the talk of the tabloid choice, day after day last year. Yeah, so the talk about Dr. Gray drugging your sister? Those were merely rumors. Totally basic gossip. Yeah, I can't really do any accents either. Valley Girl in the end is not an accent. It's more of a method of speaking the general American. The GAA, General American. It's the sort of thing you find in big cities in the Midwest. And Mid-Atlantic. That's kind of the dominant accent for newscasters and so on. Or like big cities in the Mountain West, like Colorado or Denver, or like a Phoenix or something. I like grabbed out my blicky and I like swore revenge and stuff. There we go. Right now it's impossible to prove that Dr. Gray did in fact drug Minnie's sister. You have to be really careful because eventually it will stick. I've had times where I've been doing it jokingly and then I caught myself just actually doing it. So you have to be really careful. It's like the corruption item that you hold on to in fantasy. Where everybody's like, how I would just put down the corruption item. Does not in fact put down the corruption item. Yeah, which means I'll have to work for this from another angle. I started saying local, ironically, and now it's stuck. Is that not like a Spanish word? Is that only like a New World Spanish thing? It was like last year in May.
Hold it!
Yeah, I know, local means crazy. Trust me, you hear that word all over North America as shorthand on drinks and products and taco nights at restaurants. Trust me, we know some Spanish. In fact, you know what I really miss? When we were a real country. A real freaking country, and we had 4 Loco. What's up, you took money, you know? Anyway, objection! How's it going, Reaper? I know, you're safe and sorry. I see you. And some sort of medical bad practice happened at your sister hospital? Yeah, that was like in May too? Like, the thing was all the patients were dying like May 2nd? And like, our accident was like on the 24th? 2 accidents back to back. Do you assume it's just a coincidence? My sister's like totally tired, so that's why, duh. It's now a day getting worse. Time to go to work. Alright. I wish you an easy time at work. Bye bye, Perita. Vamos, Perita. Like, something really bad had happened at like my sister's clinic around then. And like, the night of the accident, my sister was totally tired while she was driving. I was like totally pooped, so I fell asleep in the passenger seat. I like totally woke up because of a jolt, and it was like a sea of flames around me. I like opened the door and like got away. Yeah, that's the other part, is you have to elongate that last syllable to really nail the Cali girl. But not wake up until 1 p.m. Okay. Let's find that one crushing contradiction in this. Alright. Open the door and got away. It's not a contradiction. Years ago, a cosplayer in my country gets into chocolate to a random store, and it turns out it was coated with sussy light white liquid. Ooh, 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 it can't just be white chocolate, right? Surely. That's incredibly gross. That actually made me like kind of... totally tired while she was driving. I was at night, yeah. It was like 1 a.m. or so. I hadn't slept and I was working really hard. Hold on. Check. Yeah, just late last night. Unable to escape the flaming wreckage. I want to sleep at the wheel. Sorry, meanie. Wait, the right door. Question, is this going by Japan rules where we're driving on the left hand? Because if so, that's the driver's seat. And that's a problem. Worst day after day, yeah. That's... People need to be a little more normal. I don't know what else to say to that. I'm gonna assume that we're going on LA logic and that we're on the right side of the road, not the wrong side of the road, so that's probably fine. Should accidentally overdose their death, could be more than coincidence. Jolt, and it was a sea of flames. Opened the door and got away. Totally tired while she was driving. May 2nd. Yeah, that matches up. May 24th. Really tired while she was driving. Yeah. Like, she had to walk to the police, was being investigated like every day. It's a totally terrible situation. Oh, I didn't press on this. Why didn't you have to switch places? Huh? Like, what are you even talking about? I mean, switch drivers. If she was so tired, then you should have switched. True, true. But like, I don't have a driver's license. Untrue, nerd. I was not aware you didn't have your license, Miss Minnie. She's remembering facts as Mimi, not as Ini. Ah, okay, get owned. Okay, anyway. Oh, okay, it's all the way over here. Sure.
Objection!
Did you know that you're a nerd? Miss Minnie, that was a lame lie just now. Like, what do you mean? I knew you had a license back then. It's a photo you took for the express purpose of getting a driver's license. What's the meaning of this, Miss Minnie? That's right. Yeah, I had a license, but I didn't get it until after the accident. No, you had it. You had it at the time of the accident. Dr. Hottie, or the guy pretending him to be anyway, said so. By the way, Judge, we have another case for you after this. What are you talking about? The perverted fake clinic director? Yes, that perverted fake clinic director. No one cares. Witness? When did you receive your driver's license? Like, last November? What? November? Accident happened last May, about half a year lapse in the time. What? No. That's what happened, Mr. Wright. At the accident, Miss Minnie did not have a driver's license. Cry, and my whip will accommodate. Alright, I need her to calm down. Anyway, without a license, a witness or tester could not have such drivers. I'm like, glad you get it, but like, you can find my license. I like, don't think my sister would have let me drive. But just stand there, to yourself. You too, Mia. The whip and the planet. Ow! Miss Minnie, why do you think you would have been, not been allowed to drive anyway? That's cause... Situation calls for a detailed testimony. Like, how annoying. Oops, like, didn't mean to mean. Like, around that time I was getting really close to getting my license. This was like a totally big fan of cars and like really valued them. She like had gotten this really shiny bright red sports car. She like would say things like, no way am I letting a noob drive my car. So like, that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night too. I see. Bright red car for sports. Now then, witness. Not terribly knowledgeable about cars, but... Yeah, I don't feel like Phoenix is a car guy, unfortunately. Around that time, I was really close to getting my license. So what do you mean by really close? Like, I had one of those permit things, so you could have driven. Wow, big name lawyer doesn't even know what a driver's permit is. Well, this lawyer never had a permit. Ignorance is to be wept. What? Now you're just saying things. What's with her? All she said in the last few minutes is utter nonsense. Yeah, she's breaking. So yeah, may I continue? She valued cars. How much would you say she valued her car? Oh, like, she'd flip out at, like, a drop of rain. And, like, she wouldn't notice if someone, like... She would notice if, like, someone touched the car door with dirty hands. Secretly, Phoenix doesn't do it. I think he's, like, developing leather skin at this part. From all the times he's been smacked or, like, had things thrown at him or been whipped. How does she take such special care of her car? How can you say that? Brand spanking new car. Really? Mimi. Would you like anything else to say about that? New car? Like, you wouldn't want it to get, like, dirty, would you, Mr. Lawyer? I think the car is getting dirty is just another fact of life, but if people really love cars, think otherwise. Gee, it's almost like you're the one more defensive. Nothing more significant, alright? What kind of car was it?
Hold it!
It was a new car. She had just gotten in from, like, the UK? Okay, that's how I know this is fantasy. Nobody buys a car from the UK anymore. Those are boyfriend's initials? It was a really special model. She waited for like a whole year for it to arrive. I guess our love of cars would be the next obvious topic. I don't know anything about cars, but I have a feeling this is bound to come up. Your Honor, is that the witness opinion, what she said to her testimony? And the part about it being a special import car? Ah! I was right! I was right! I was right! I was right! So the right hand, okay. The right hand is the driver's seat. Yes! Yes! Okay, I'm so smart. I'm so cool. I'm so smart. Would you append your testimony? Fully special model from England. Alright, cool. I'm so smart and cool and big-brained.
Objection!
Excuse me. Dork? Why would the right side not be the driver's seat? Because in like 99.9% of the world, the left side is the driver's seat. And it's only in some former British colonies and Britain and Japan because they're very silly and decided to follow British rules. So on the right side is an unusual thing, which is why I was asking, like, are we going by Japanese rules or are we going by, like, are we going by American rules here for driving? And since it's a localization, I guess it's the American style. So suddenly this all makes sense. But yeah, it's usually right hand in the US, for example. So the driver's side is on the left hand. So her getting out of the right side on an import model means that the driver's seat was on the right side and she got out from the driver's side, meaning she is Mimi. You remember this article? An article about the accident. It said this in it, but I opened the right door and, like, got out. That's correct, isn't it? Like, why are you suddenly asking me about that? Your Honor, which side of the passenger seat? The left or the right? You're funny. Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, don't worry. It's like this is one of the parts where, like, America is on the right side of the, quite literally in this case, of the international standard, whereas everyone else is on, like, metric and they're still on imperial with, I think, with, like, just Nigeria or something. This is the reverse version. It's on the right side, of course, because the driver's on the left side. That would be if it were an American car. Hey, I was right. Okay. It'd be opposite on a British car. Two of them were riding in a British car. You should have said it was a Japanese car, too. I'm assuming in the Japanese version that it's an American import car, or like an Italian or a German or something. Oh, what do you mean by this? Ah, the German finally realizing what we're talking about. Even when she should have had her brain activated instantly. I guess she's only just turned 18. When do you get licenses in Germany? And most of Europe? Is it 18? Because in the US, it's like, you can start getting a permit around 15 or 16, depending on what state you're in. They pushed it back in a lot of states, but 15 or 16, and then you can get your driver's license somewhere between 16 and 17. I think only in a couple states is it like you have to be 18 to get one. Miss Minnie, you said you have to skip using the right side of the door. If you were sitting there, that means you were in the driver's seat. You have to be 18. Gotcha. And a learner's permit, you can actually go and drive around on your own in your own hometown. Until I think nighttime, and then you need to have like a parent or a guardian or somebody else with a driver's license in the car who could essentially be the responsible party. And I think when you're in your first couple months of your your learning permit, You're allowed to drive to school and back, basically, or do chores on the request of your parents. For real, Els here, you need to have a licensed driver with you. Gotcha, gotcha. Mr. Phoenix Wright is blabbering nonsense again. Amy said the person who was driving was her older sister, Mimi Mini. That's what Amy said, yes. This is where your story falls apart. Somewhere, all of us made a big error in our assumptions. I didn't, Phoenix. This was you. Looks like you finally found the real root of this murder. Connect all the dots to give me one answer. I'd like to ask the court. This question is Amy or Mimi who was driving that night? Mimi. The answer is the one who had a driver's license. Mimi. After all, it makes her the only person who could legally drive. You just said. Witness, Amy Minnie was the one in the driver's seat. Leads us to the next question. Next question? Who is the person standing at the witness stand right now? Oh god, she's gonna turn that thing into Swiss cheese. What a idiotic ruse is that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Tweets? Witness name is... Witness name is... I'll tell you what her name really is. Real name is... Mimi Mini. That's your real name.
Objection!
The foolish dribble. Then how do you explain her appearance? Reconstructive surgery. That's severe facial burns and she's been at the hospital. The purpose of facial reconstruction. The surgeons use a picture. Facial reconstruction surgery. It's like she did no study whatsoever because she was that confident. She's like one of those kids who managed to coast by on A's somehow. By some virtue or another. And then once they actually get, like, tested, oopsie. Was the picture she gave to their doctors at the time. That's right. It's the picture of her younger sister. But Mimi Mini, she died in a car accident. That's what everyone thought. However, that was not the case. Then the body they found in the crash site. That was the body of the real Annie Mini. And they didn't feel like they had to check dental records because they thought they already had another person to verify against. Isn't that right, Miss Mimi Mini? I like her big fangs, though. She essentially avenged her own death, in big quotes. When who died that night was Innie Mini. Her sister Mimi then stole her face and was reborn as Innie. With this, she effectively erased Mini Mimi for existence. Your Honor, I'm sure you can now see why Mimi had to kill Dr. Gray. What's the meaning of this nonsense? Dr. Gray wanted to call back the spirit of a dead person, but they didn't exist. The spirit of the nurse had died, Mimi Mini. So he technically did summon her, just not in the way he thought. That would not have been possible, because Mimi Mini was in fact alive. And that fact would have been discovered had the channeling been conducted. This witness had to stop that from happening. At all costs. And that's why she had to kill Dr. Turner Gray? Is that what you're saying? Yes. About the channeling. Dr. Gray had the misfortune of consulting this witness while communicating with the dead. And that moment, his fate was sealed. Damn, she got some strength here in that cloth bar. She really do. Well, Miss Annie? Did you just say my name there still? Looks like we've been unmasked. Hey, she finally give up. Witness? She has the same eyes, that's about it at this point. That's right, I admit it. My real name is Mimi Mini. A quack doctor. Got what he deserved in the end. I do like her roll cake hairdo though. I'm so close to finally ditching Mimi too. So close. Why? Do you go so far as to throw yourself away? Become your own sister. I think I understand why. I wanted her old sister to disappear because of this. About the malpractice incident. Yeah, she was tainted for the rest of her life otherwise. The mistake was caused by the nurse. A nurse by the name of Mimi Mini. The person sitting before us today. A few weeks after his mishap, Mimi had a car accident when she lost her younger sister. Nothing couldn't have been worse. 14 patients dying in the incident and her own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much to bear. Yeah, so she buried her identity. I found a way for myself to escape it all. That's the only way. Lost everything in the flames of her accident, her sister, even her own face. This was her last chance. Last chance to throw away her past and start a new life with her sister. Unbelievable. A plan beyond my wildest imagination. Jerk. Only I thought of channeling Mumbo Jumbo. You're the one who introduced him. Mumbo Jumbo? Having any has been the most horrible experience in the world. You're channeling the occult. I hate it. Couldn't you just pretend to have a change of heart then? There are still a few unsolved riddles here, such as why did Miss Beanie choose such an uncomplicated plan? Why did Miss Morgan Fay agree to help her execute it? Regardless, I believe one thing has been crystal clear. The innocence of the defendant. This is preposterous. I'm perfect. Me, Francisca von Karma. I'm gonna enjoy the news tonight, Miss Karma. How about you? Oh, hell yeah, Phoenix. Okay. It's gonna be broadcast all over the world, right? Your defeat, that is. One more for good measure. What is this, boot to the head? Phoenix, hang in there, Phoenix. What is a fraud, a sham? Alright, could you go to jail yet? Now then, it's going to be some time before Mr. Wright regains consciousness. So I'll go ahead and pronounce for next. Hey, yeah. That is all. Court is adjourned. Congratulations, Maya. Sis! Aww. It's good to see you, Maya. How are you doing? Sis! I didn't kill anyone, did I? No, you didn't. It was all just a dream. A really bad dream. You know, sis? In my dream, I smelled a really familiar sun. Familiar sun? Look at that clothing box, right? That box. That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago. That's right. There's something I don't get. What's that? What would have happened if Mimi hadn't shot Dr. Gray? Look, I didn't shoot nobody, okay? Not tonight anyways. Maybe Jimbo if I had a chance. I mean, we broke in because I heard a gunshot. I think maybe Mimi had planned to open the door to the chamber herself. And then you and Lotta would have witnessed quite a scene. It was that's Maya Fey who just committed a murder. She had planned down the smallest detail, huh? Nick! Congratulations, Maya. Thanks! Looks like you bailed me out of another jam. Well, you know. I really don't want something like this ever happening again, I swear, if this happens to her again. I'm just gonna stab the judge before the murder trial. And be like, you should know better. You rub it in her von Karma and call her an incompetent loser. Just a little bit. Phoenix got a shot in, finally, and she, like, lost her shit immediately. Like, should have gone to jail for 5 years, lost her shit. Fine, because Evie had helped me out, Nick. But every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. First my sister, and now my aunt. Hey Nick, tell me. Why my aunt went to do something so horrible? It felt meanie of the plan like that. Just don't understand it, Nick. Cause you felt jealous of, your mom, I think? Whatever. Why don't you just let it be? Please, I need an answer. Okay, we don't have the founder, so it's gonna be for Pearl. Really? 4 years now. A new master will be born into Crane Village. And that person will be you, Maya. And? But if you weren't there, then the main family's bloodline would disappear. And then what would happen? The Branch family, my aunt. You didn't think about this all the time? Morgan's spiritual power is too weak. Next person will be Pearl's. Ah! Everything was done for her sake. It was also Pearl's to become the next master. I don't know, I feel like it was kind of her revenge against her older sister who was better than her. as usual, parents making their kids fight the battles that they lost like 20 years ago. Did Maya say something just now? She said, I thought so. So she kind of knew. She just didn't want to admit it. In time unknown, detention center, solitary confinement, cell 13. Precious Pearl, the one suitable to be the master of the crane, dear child. I sacrificed it all for you. I hope that brainless nurse carried out her murder. And cooperate with that whip-happy prosecutor. All to unseat that witless, annoying main family girl, the Maya Fey. So be patient, my dearest Pearl. A chance will present itself. Their time will come. Second case over. Heard about Big Top. Ooh, that's a cool name. Why are you back? You should be in jail. Alright, let's save. I think instead of starting a new one, I think we'll stop Phoenix Wright for here and move on to something else. Bit of a, I guess, super variety night, as it were. But if you're just here for Phoenix Wright, thanks for making out. I really like that one as well. Even I liked how quick and like well paced and everything was in the first one. It was very much like it was a great introduction, and really tightly done. This one was had a lot of stuff to unravel, and the real challenge was figuring out how to get from A to B. And that's how it is in a lot of cases, but I really enjoyed it. In any case, let's move on.